And good morning. Today is Monday, the 14th of January, 2013. Can you believe that January's halfway gone already? Here are all the headlines that are worth talking about in Panama today. Starting today, Monday the 14th, to use the Southern Corridor, you will need one of those cards. It's called the Sur Express card. It's a little rechargeable job. And if you don't have one, they will start giving you a $20 fine. If you pull up to the window and you don't have your card, and if you don't have it charged up and ready to go, they will hit you with it. They'll give you the $20 fine, and you'll still have to pay the toll. They're saying that they expect the traffic to go through about 30% faster, and they give the numbers of how many cards are out there and all that stuff. But the bottom line is, this is about the third or fourth time that they've tried to implement, we're really serious this time, you're really going to need the card, and apparently that they're going to start enforcing that. We'll see. They're saying for the first week we're not going to hand out the tickets. Well, sooner or later they're going to have to force people to do it. They're just going to have to kicking and screaming and procrastinating. If they're going to enforce this, they're going to just have to do it, and that's all there is to it. All right, in the Panama America, they're saying that the Panama Pacifico project over on Howard is going to be generating more jobs than the Panama Canal, believe it or not. They're saying that they already have 8,000 people working on Howard, and that within the next 2 years, that's going to increase to 12,000 people. That they're just opening up things left and right over there. It's called Panama Pacifico. It's on the grounds of the old Howard Air Force Base, and it is expanding rapidly. So that's good news. It just struck me when they said, "Wow, there'll be more people working in Panama Pacifico than there are working in the whole of the Panama Canal," which is just an amazing thing. Okay. In the Estrella, they're talking about Vernon Ramos, who was the guy who was investigating the Financial Pacific case, and they're saying, who is this guy and what was he investigating? Well, he was in the process of investigating three different cases. One of them is called Interbolsa, which is another Ponzi scheme fraud kind of a thing that's being investigated between Panama and Colombia, and they're talking about the other cases he was involved in. But the fact of the matter is that his disappearance, he's been gone for about 60 days now. His disappearance is directly related to the Financial Pacific investigation. They had a meeting about it. He was in a meeting that morning with his bosses, and then they made the decision that they're going to investigate anyway. And then he had a spike in blood pressure, and it was just, there's like practically no doubt that his disappearance is related to Financial Pacific, and he's been gone for now 60 days. Okay, in La Critica, over the weekend, there was people playing soccer on a soccer field in Juan Diaz, and some guys pull up, open fire, shoot him 9 times, and another 12-year-old kid also got shot, basically just in the crossfire. They released the analysis of the statistics at the end of 2012, and there are 6 districts, which is where like 80% or 85% of the murders occur, and Juan Diaz is one of them. So it's just it's a hot area, it's a red area, it's where there's a lot of gang activity, and it's always this. It's teenagers and young 20s, and these guys just get blown away on a regular basis. It's unfortunate, but it occurs. Okay, the DIJ, this is from the Telemetro. The DIJ says that right now they have 41 cases of missing persons that they're investigating. They're saying during all of 2012 they investigated 720 cases. Of those, check this out, 720 cases of missing persons. Of those, 641 showed up one way or the other. 30 of them turned out to be dead. And they say most of them, according to, it was organized crime or drug trafficking related. Well, anyway, they're just putting more of a focus on missing persons, kidnappings, because if someone just goes missing, you don't know if he's been dead, kidnapped, suicide, who knows, he's just, the person's not there. So they're just giving more emphasis on missing persons. Okay. Here in the TVN, Channel 2, they're talking. These environmentalists roll out on TV, and they're talking about, in this case, the plan to build 600 parking spaces under 4 city parks in Panama City. They're going to spend an estimated cost of $4 to $5 million on this, and they're saying, well, it's going to do away with green areas. No, it's not. You take a city park, and the footprint of the city park is so big, and there's X number of trees growing in the park. Okay, fine. You basically dig the park up, go underground, put in the parking spaces, come up over top, put on a cement cap, and then you can put dirt in there, you can put grass, parks, playground equipment, trees, any other kinds of green plants or shrubs or whatever. You're getting a double use out of the same space. And what's more, you could probably, if you really wanted to take these environmentalists and just slap them upside their silly ass heads, you could probably go in and you could count every tree that's in the Parque Uraca, for example. You could calculate the amount of carbon dioxide that is sequestered by those trees every day, and the grass, which is nothing, and then say, okay, well, we're going to do this, and we're going to make this parking lot, and we're going to plant twice as many trees, and we'll improve the environment or whatever. And just, these guys sometimes they're lamenting things that are just ridiculous, because there's zero environmental impact. And in fact, you could even improve the environment by controlling the parking and controlling the runoff, for example. I mean, I don't know, these knee-jerk environmentalists just tend to drive me a little nuts. Okay, here in the Siglo, they're starting an investigation on, there was an explosion last week in the morning, on Friday morning. It was actually 6 people that were hurt when a high-pressure air hose exploded at the construction site for the new subway metro underground station in the Loteria. And one of those persons who was injured died over the weekend. They're going to begin the investigation into that to determine what happened, the causes of that accident, and what went on. Okay, here in Mi Diario, the water is going to be going out in Arihan tomorrow. They're going to be doing an upgrade or some work on a 24-inch line. So just be aware that if you're in the area of Arihan and the surrounding areas that are served by that water treatment plant up there, then specifically Lomacova, Burunga, Arihan, then you are going to be without water tomorrow. And then also tomorrow, the Cologne Broad Action Front is going to go out on protest. They want the government to dedicate $500 million, $500 million, for the stuff that they want done. The government came back and said, okay, we're gonna spend another $175 million. They've already spent something like $1.5 billion on Cologne, in the province of Cologne. But what's a nice word to use? I don't want to say idiots. These people in Cologne are taking advantage of the initiative that they got with the demonstrations against the plan to sell the lands of the Cologne Free Zone, and they're kind of buoyed by their success. The government dropped back and said, okay, we're not going to do that anymore, but now they're still protesting and they still want shit. The government, in my opinion, the government should say, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But whatever, it's a political year. Okay, I'm over a little bit. One more story, that over the weekend, 3 punks with guns jumped on a bus. Once again, I believe it was out in Juan Diaz, and they were going to rob. There was 3 of them, and one of them had a gun, and they were going to steal from the passengers on the bus, and they're screaming and yelling, everybody put your hands up, this is a robbery. They didn't know that in the back of the bus there was an off-duty police officer who produced his service weapon and blew the kid away. So there you go, gun control. Legal weapon versus illegal weapon, and there just happened to be a guy there with a legal weapon who put an end to the situation. The bad guy goes away and the good guys win. All right, there you go. That's all the news that's worth talking about today in Panama. Today is Monday, the 14th of January, 2013. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. Have a great day. Bye.